We are back for a couple of quick bench warrant arraignments. There's one felony case left, and as far as I know, the parties are out discussing it. So they may bring that to us. In the meantime, they brought me a couple of people that got arrested last night on bench warrants. So the public defender is joining us. Good afternoon to Germany and Ireland and AI. Does not stand for artificial intelligence. I just learned that. So thank you again.
Answer? Okay, I'm sorry.
Good morning. Are you Jerica Ryan Holman?
I'm Jerica Ryan Hayworth.
Yes, and Hayworth and Holman. I had you as both. And this is Judge Middleton. We've had a bench warrant out for your arrest for some time. This is file 23175FY. Jerica Ryan Holman, now known as Jerica Ryan Hayworth, was charged with possession of a taser, possession of methamphetamine, possession of narcotics, and sale of a taser. She pled guilty to a use of methamphetamine charge, and we were never able to do the sentence. She is represented by attorney Lori Hines, and Lori Hines is not with us, but Matea Paycheck from the Public Defender Office is here. Jerica, how did you come to get arrested last night?
I was riding my bike with no lights on it, and the officer seen me and pulled me over.
Where at?
In Sturgis.
What street were you on?
I don't know exactly what road that is, but I believe
well, you got in a bad bicycle accident last summer, and you don't need another one. Where are you staying?
Right now I'm staying just with friends. A couple of friends are letting me just sleep on their couch.
In what town?
Sturgis.
Where were you going on your bike?
I was going to my friend's house down the road. I had just picked up my paint. She's let me paint her a mural.
Well, you've been AWOL since your sentencing date, and you did call in a couple of times. We had a bonding hearing regarding the forfeiture of your bond, which was $7,500. I think we forfeited a $2,000 bond. You also have a probation violation hearing with Judge Pattison. You called in October, and I told you to just come in here or turn yourself in, and you didn't. So you just waited to get picked up. So I'm going to try to set this for sentencing Thursday morning. Let's see if Miss Hines is available. We were checking. set for sentence with Attorney Hines for December 7th at 9 a.m. Bond is canceled. Judge Pattison is going to see you later on a probation violation where you were placed on probation and didn't do anything you were supposed to do. You're struggling with an addiction and not addressing it very well. Your bonding company will be happy because we were going to take $2,000 of their money, but we'll see if we can get your lawyer here. I know for a fact she's not available tomorrow because I tried to schedule something else with her. So, Jerica, we'll give you a couple days to get your feet under you, and I will see you Thursday morning at 9 o'clock with your lawyer for sentencing. Judge Pattison will see you in a little bit. All right, you're good to go.
So does that mean I'm staying in here, or do I?
No, you can just go out back to your cell.
All right, thank you.
It's not a good place to be riding a bike without any lights. Years ago, a young man was killed on a bicycle on Chicago Road in on Centerville Road, hit by, I believe, a semi, killed. Driver kept going, and that case has never been solved. And a woman was killed in Parchment last night, or night before last, walking down the street with a wagon in the rain, in the dark. Someone hit her and killed her.
Who was the other one you wanted to see?
Antoine Cottrell.
Antoine.
All right, Miss Hayworth. Some days you think you don't have a lot, and then all of a sudden you do. Just can't tell. All right, this is file 23175FY, People versus Jerica Ryan Hayworth, previously known as Jerica Holman. She was originally charged with possession of a taser, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of other controlled substances. She was represented by attorney Lori Hines, who's here with us this morning. The matter was reduced to a misdemeanor charge of use of a controlled substance, use of methamphetamine. And the matter was scheduled for sentencing. And I was here, and Lori was here, and someone was here from the prosecutor, but Jerica was
Matt
not.
Huff was also here, you know.
Yes, so she didn't show up. So I did a show cause, and she didn't show up for that. So we issued a warrant for her arrest. She got picked up here just a couple of days ago, and we just need to get the matter to sentence. She'd already entered a plea. Ms. Paycheck was with us at the arraignment, but I wanted to have your lawyer here. So I set this on very short notice, and I appreciate Ms. Hines being here. I think I saw you on Tuesday. Let's look at my notes. Anyway, what it was is way back when, in February of 2023, you had a meth pipe Mr. Marvin reduced that to a misdemeanor. You'd had a previous, I think, meth charge reduced to a misdemeanor. I set the matter out. You'd been in a bicycle accident, so you were kind of racked up, which surprised me that you were riding your bicycle in the dark the other night when you got arrested. But anyway, I set it out for sentencing and you didn't come. And I think you're still struggling with meth. They had a big press conference yesterday from the Western District of Michigan, Attorney General's office. And I saw it on several different local channels, and they were talking about people's concern about fentanyl. They said the biggest problem is methamphetamine, and I thought, no kidding. 48% of the seizures are methamphetamine. It's like, where have you guys been? You have to do a press release to tell us that. Anyway, people in this part of Michigan are struggling with methamphetamine. They've seized tons of it this year and last year. Anyway, so here we are. You're not some arch criminal. You're someone with a methamphetamine addiction who doesn't show up when she's supposed to. Ms. Hines, what would you like me to know?
I don't know. My notes are long. I was just reviewing them. I think you're right. I think Jerica is struggling. Whenever she is in the court, she's pleasant. She's, I think, fairly truthful. She basically said the day that we were to have sentencing back in August, she didn't have a right to get here. That's nothing new that we hear a lot in this court, but she is in custody. She is here, and I think we're ready to just proceed with sentencing at your discretion.
I checked with Circuit Court. She had a failure to appear up there, and Judge Stutzman gave her 3 days, credit 1, I think, on Tuesday. So she'll be done with that, I think, today. Is that correct? Now, we talked a little bit. I didn't want to get too much into things without Miss Hines being here. Matea was here, but where are you staying? You're sort of between here and couch surfing.
My mom actually lives in Three Rivers, and she's really strict. And before I was I guess we'd call it delinquent, that didn't like rules. She actually offered me her basement, and she said that I could stay there as long as I go to work or go find a job, come home. No, I'm not allowed to have no friends over because that's my biggest issue is having friends over. And then but being there also, I could see my kid more because I have a 5-year-old.
And he lives with your mom?
My daughter?
Yeah.
No, she lives with her dad.
All right. Who's your mom?
Eva Lewis.
Okay. Was Eva Holman?
That's my sister.
Okay. So who's your dad?
Frank Holman.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Frank Holman Senior.
And where does your mom live?
She lives in Park Township, Lockport.
Yeah, that's the address I have.
All right. Yeah, that's the address I have too. Now you were hanging out in Sturgis when you got pulled over.
That's because I've been pretty much surfing out there. I had
Why Sturgis?
I know a lot of people out there. It's mostly, like I said before, my friends are my biggest enemies, really.
Well, it's all drug friends.
Exactly. But my mom and I had discussed after I get this taken care of that she would let me come stay with her. She'd help me find a job. As her boyfriend has 2 vehicles. Once I found a job, they would let me use one to get back to and from work. And then being there also, I could see my kid more.
I did forfeit a $200 bond. Today is the 7th of December. One thing you need is some forced clean time. You have 3 days plus 1 day at the front end, which is 4 days. 21 days credit 4. Leaves 17 days to serve. With a good time, I think you'll be out by Christmas. You need a few more days to get your head on straight. I'm going to waive the fine because we forfeited your bond. I'm not putting you on probation. That didn't work. This was a small amount of meth in a pipe. And I don't think we need to do any more at this point. At least you got a place to lay your head. And I believe you'll be out by Christmas. You're good to go.
Thank you.